the greatest red pill that you can have is the experience of samadhi. This is the experience of the timeless dimension of your being, a dimension of your being that was never born, will never die, is not subject to time, is transcendent. When you know this space, even if you only have experienced it a few times, it takes the edge off. It's like people who've had a near-death experience, self included. There's something in that, even if it happened years and years before. If you've seen something deep enough, even if it feels like, oh, I'm still afraid of death, etc., the edge is way off. And so it is with the experience of samadhi. So, cueing from the use of the term in the Matrix, and now I'm kind of coming late to this party. I think red pill now, even in conspirological circles, might be a little bit passé by several years. I'm not entirely sure on that. I don't pay it close enough attention. But red pill, began to be used more in sort of the what I think a more limited context. The context of I've been red pilled, meaning that I have sort of seen through certain political machinations. I understand, what's going on behind the scenes. I'm seeing clearly now. I'm, keep those seed oils away from me, or whatever it happens to be. And I will say, it's actually, I think it's very good, to understand that Lee Harvey Oswald did not kill John F. Kennedy, and so on and so forth. It's good to understand sociopolitical dynamics. It's good to have that foot, the foot that is in the world, be one that is actually a very able and sure foot. Now, that said, it is extremely limited to think of being red pilled in that way. Extremely limited to think of it in that way. There's there's so much more. There's the true red pill is emphasized by. Here I'll tell you a story, and it's a story that I often love coming across when I go through one of my, favorite books, The Holographic Universe by Talbot. And in that book, a shamanic student is coming to his peyote shaman teacher, and the shamanic student, in his vision quest, runs into this sort of walking, talking, somewhat menacing reptilian being, and the reptilian being says to him, "Don't you know that we control everything?" And he takes the story back to his shaman, and instead of his shaman being, concerned or alarmed or anything like that, he just starts laughing. And his reply is simply, "Oh, that guy, he's always saying that." This shaman knows very well about these people, knows very well about these beings. I have experienced what I would call very, very maybe dark beings myself. The way out, the way to sort of get around or even defeat the dark beings that was presented to me was actually through love, through presence, through something that is coming from beyond duality. And we say that something that is an expression of the pure wholeness that's underlying the whole world, the pure wholeness that's in everything. When you know that wholeness, which is the same as that timeless space, essentially, when you know that timeless space, which is also the wholeness that is giving rise to everything, that is the ultimate red pill. That is freedom. You can, if you know that deeply enough, you can go to your grave on principle if you need to. If it might not be pleasant, that's a different thing altogether. Might not make everything pleasant, but there'll be a sturdiness in there. There'll be an integrity in there if you've developed a deep enough relationship. Now, of course, that takes practice. It's not usually like, can't just take a bloody pill. It's not a one and done thing. You have to, over and over and over again. I suppose the amount of times each one of us needs to do differs greatly from one person to the next, but you need to go over and over and over again, like anything, until something of that samadhi permanently saturates, our bones, permanently starts to saturate our mind, changes our synapses, changes our hormonal responses, to more healthy and positive responses. Transforms the entire life bit by bit. And knowing that, there you are. So that's my take on what red pill as a term really ought to be including and really ought to be pointing to is that transcendent space. So have a lovely day. And don't forget to like and subscribe.